Neymar is always diving. This is something that we always hear from football fans. But why on earth does Neymar dive so often? Do you remember the Neymar challenge from summer 2018? The Brazilian was the laughingstock of social media around the world. Today, you get the feeling the equation is simple. Neymar equals diver. The Brazilian found himself on the ground so often that he had to do some real soul-searching after the World Cup. I started to see all of my pieces of play in the World Cup, and I thought, could it be that I really am diving? But are things that simple? Is Neymar really just a diver? Why does he end up on the ground so often? His father, Neymar Sr., has come up with an explanation for these apparent dives. They call it diving or faking, but he's not diving. It's a tactic that he's used since his youth academy days that he brought to the professional level. But what is the point of this strange tactic? Well, according to Neymar's father, it's a strategy that he learned, which allows him to better handle and anticipate all the knocks that he takes. If you realize you're going to get hit, jump in the air. If you take a barbecue skewer, throw it in the air, and hit it with a sledgehammer, it will not break. But if you put it on the ground, the smallest impact will break it. We know, it's a weird comparison. But there's a method to the madness. Neymar has to anticipate collisions to avoid getting hurt. The Brazilian plays spectacular football. Sombrero flicks, nutmegs, back passes, rabonas, rainbow flicks. The Brazilian is creative and attempts skills that no other player can do on the field. Opponents, irritated by his incredible dribbling, use him as a target. He wants to play games? We're not messing around. We won't let him get away with anything. It's his style, but if you're going to play like that, don't complain when you get hit from behind. During a 2018 World Cup game against Switzerland, Neymar was the target of 11 fouls, a 20-year record. He's fouled over and over again in all of his games. And his two big injuries in the past 2 years were not unrelated. Neymar is not just a diver. He's also an artist who gets hit a lot. Sometimes he has to anticipate collisions to avoid injury. Sometimes he has to overreact to get the referee's attention. Neymar's play can't be reduced to simple diving because he's way more than this.